A very warm welcome into the Brixton Recreation Centre Hoopsfix Pro-Am Summer League 2025. It's week 2. We are powered by the Jordan brand, here every week for the next 4 weeks to crown the kings and the queens of the summer. 6 games up to date, as every week. First up in our women's pool, it's going to be Diamond taking on Emerald. That'll be followed by Sapphire taking on Ruby. Functional versus SBB kicks off our men's action at 1 o'clock. At 2:15, TMB taking on Basketball Nation. At 3:30, the Hometown Heroes taking on Team Jet. And to end the day, 4:45, CNBC taking on Hoopspace. So a great day of action ahead of us all. Make sure you are a part of the conversation, following Hoopsfix across all the social media platforms. This is powered by the Jordan brand, as well as the Hoopsfix Foundation. Any money made by Hoopsfix goes right back into the game of basketball in this country. We are getting set. The officials are in place. Players are making their way out onto the court via the table, as some players are being reminded to remove their jewellery. So in the red uniforms, we're going to have Team Diamond. In the black uniforms, we're going to have Team Emerald, which just remind you of how things work here. If you are new here, or if you weren't here last week, or if you've forgotten over the week, we have a lot of games to get through today. So we play slightly differently here. The clock does not stop until the final 2 minutes of the final period of play, except for timeouts, except for period breaks. Period breaks are 1 to 2 minutes. And fouls, they're a little bit unique. So if you're fouled in the act of shooting, you'll go to the line, you'll shoot 1 shot for the value of that shot attempt. So if you're taking a 3, you take a whack on the arm, you go to the stripe, you're going to shoot 1, it will be worth 3. And then we carry on with our fast-paced action here in the Brixton Recreation Centre. Officials ready, players are ready, and we are underway for the second week of action. And Kat Goldsby immediately trying to feed through her old Cavaliers teammate, Chinwe Iwunze. Again, really good to see Iwunze out here playing with even more confidence than she has done in the past that season, playing up in WSLB. As that's just off the mark from Bailey Wang from outside. Before we get too far underway, a very happy birthday to Bailey Wang, wears 4 in the black uniforms. Turns 24 today, as that's been turned over and picked up by Ruby Clarke and Beth Sarson. Long 2. Back iron doesn't get the favourable bounce that time from Kenisha Whyte. And Goldsby taking it the other way. So 1 minute into the contest. And it's Iwunze trying to go to work underneath. That's a good find. Trailing her London Lions teammate, not able to finish, but coming in to sweep up Addie Burlison. Clarke with a nice move. Not happy with herself about the finish. That was just short. Now that's Goldsby once more. Kick to the outside. 3 ball. Super high arc. Didn't quite go. Dominique Davis and Mpesa. And Clarke once again has a runner underneath. Looks to find her. Just overcooks the pass ever so slightly. Sophie Khlaf, the intended recipient. So 2 plays nothing. Team Diamond in the early lead. And it's Davis and Mpesa once more. Going left. Puts it up. Down off the glass. Good for 2. Clarke picked up by Goldsby. Uses the screen. Finds Sarson. As Cutters going to the basket, Beth Sarson. Good on-ball defense played by Davis and Mpesa. And then the foul called on David Mpesa, though I think Ellen Trylin has a slightly guilty look on their face. The foul was on the floor. Substitution on the court for the first time. I'm going to see Carlota de Mergelina Alonso, excuse me, replacing Addie Burlison. Khlaf going to work on Iwunze. Good finish. And she's fouled on the play. Going to go to the stripe to try and add one more. Fouls on number 9. That was Chinwe Iwunze. Basket was good. Straight underneath. Mergelina Alonso missed on the first one. Battered her way back inside. Second one just short. As Clarke finds Sarson. Gonna have the screen, uses it, look to go inside, step back out, 3 ball is good. Oh, long 2. The officials correcting it as Iwunze underneath. Solid defense. I think that was Bailey Wang. Might have been Beth Sarson. As that misses everybody. Last touch by Mergelina Alonso. Changes coming. Ellie Maidman checking into the game for the first time, along with Charlotte Grant, Bailey Wang. Taking a break, as does Sophie Khlaf. Great find inside from the inbound pass. Off the knee of Maidman. Really solid defense. I think it was by trial in. Iwunze underneath. De Mergelina Alonso, a little bit too strong. Iwunze there for the rebound. It's going to be Emerald taking it the other way. Maidman. Under pressure, kicks it to the top. Long 2, just a bit too strong from Clarke. Goldsby. Oh, disguised pass. A little bit too far ahead of Davis Mpesa. It was a nice idea. There's more changes coming. 14, oh, for both sides, in fact. Next time by. 5 minutes left in this first period of play. Our first game of our second week. As Iwunze, I think we can credit the block there. De Mergelina Alonso has Iwunze on the inside. I think Clarke just got a touch to that. Stays in bounds. Good hustle from Maidman. That's Kenisha Whyte going inside. Gets the foul. Trylin really disagrees with the call. That was good, assertive play. As Davis Mpesa takes a seat, as does Ellen Trylin. Replacing them, Annabelle Villalobos Rodriguez and Kimberley Wilkes. As Whyte makes the 1 for 2. Some confusion there about if Ellen Trylin was trying to check back into the contest. She was not. We're seeing for the first time as well Taziveyi Dangarembga. She wears 7 in the black uniforms. She replaced Ruby Clarke at the last time, or the last stoppage. Outside. 3 balls, good. Goldsby ties us at 7. Maidman putting on the Jets to get over the timeline. In the corner now. Finds Whyte. Whyte draws the foul. Shooting foul at that. That's going to go on for... Goes on Kimberley Wilkes. Quite a few fouls picked up by Diamond in this opening period of play. 3 minutes left in it. 4 team fouls. Nobody with more than 1 personal foul. And this for the lead. Kenisha Whyte at the line with the 1 for 2. A little bit too strong. Villalobos Rodriguez pulled in that rebound. Last touch, Kenisha Whyte to the corner. So Goldsby gonna get us back underway. Kim Wilkes uses that screen at the foul stripe. High off the glass, didn't go. Great rebound. Shot goes up, no good from Mergelina Alonso. Another good rebound from Villalobos Rodriguez. Somehow, Diamond unable to score, and now Emerald taking the other. Oh my God, Goldsby elevates to send one back on Maidman. Two minutes left in the first. We're still tied at 7. Iwunze taps that out of bounds. Didn't want Dangarembga anywhere near that one. Three ball. Just off to the right. Villalobos Rodriguez batting away with Dangarembga. Really solid defense. Goldsby puts up the 3. Just a bit too strong. Maidman with the defense. Sarson looking up court. What can she see? It's in the corner. Maidman trying to go to work. Good pass. Dangarembga just off the mark. Puts the pressure on Iwunze. Under a minute to play in the first. Still tied at 7. Really fun opening period as Wilkes' 3 just rolls out. Good find underneath. Iwunze puts it down. Sarson driving through, draws the foul. Much to the foul called on Carlota de Mergelina Alonso. So that's 5 team fouls. It'll be immaterial in the final 12 seconds or so of the period. Sarson doesn't get the favourable roll. Iwunze takes a glance at the board, driving through herself, puts it up, puts it down. Chinwe Iwunze muscles her way inside and gives her team an 11-7 lead at the end of the first quarter of play. We're going to take a very quick break. You're watching the Hoopsfix Pro-Am Summer League 2025, brought to you by Jordan Brand. Well, welcome back into the Brixton Recreation Centre, and when I say warm, my goodness, it is going to be absolutely roasting in here. And still, that's not going to deter our athletes and the fans who are going to fill this arena throughout the day. And if you want to be a part of it, if you want to be one of them, head over to hoopsfix.com. All the information about upcoming fixtures, tickets, etc. and so on. We are a stone's throw from the Brixton station. All right. Cat Goldsby remembering to check in. And we are about to get back underway. First game of the day. Team Diamond, they're up 11-7. They're the team in the black uniform, in the red uniforms rather. That's a good move to the basket. Sophie Khlaf makes it a 2-point game. Mpesa batting away, draws the foul. The first foul to be called on Emerald. And it's called on Sophie Khlaf. So that's going to be a 1 for 2 at the stripe for Mpesa. And it goes. (13 plays 9). It's Ruby Clarke. Got to a spot. Khlaf can't get the left to go. Davison Pacer kicks to the corner. 3 balls on the way, just short. Shantell Ayton as Khlaf driving down the left flank. Oh, good move to cut inside, can't finish. Kenisha Whyte with the rebound, and that's going to stay with Team Diamond. Next time by, we're going to see the return of Kenisha Whyte and Beth Sarson into the game. As Davison Pacer, had it all except for the finish. Good rebound though. Good offensive rebound taken in by Addie Burlison. Davison Pacer driving to the rack again. Couldn't get it to go. It's Clarke. Khlaf. And inside, good little stop and pop. Good move. Get the finish. 2 changes coming for Diamond. Going to see Trilin and Itziar Fernandez for the first time today. It's Goldsby. Strong move to the rack. Just bodied Clarke out the way, forcing Clarke into the foul. So she's going to head to the stripe for a 1 for 2. Both sides making changes. Who takes a seat? Taziveyi Dangarembga comes out for Beth Sarson. And Sophie Khlaf comes out for Kenisha Whyte. And it's Kimberley Wilkes and Addie Burlison. Substitutions off the floor for Diamond. As Ellen Trilin picks up her second personal foul. Putting the pressure on Ellie Maidman a little bit too vigorously. Clarke under pressure from Goldsby. Really good pressure from Goldsby. Tapped it away. It's back with Clarke. And Ellen Trilin now, the double team into the backcourt. Good find to Sarson. Sarson rejected underneath Mpesa. Davison Pacer it was with the stop. And Goldsby puts it down the other end. Fantastic defense and good transition work from Team Diamond. Dominique Davison Pacer. Surely saving a basket on one end and credited with the assist on the other. Maidman tries to go for the fancy looking reverse. Clarke goes for the long 2. It's just off to the left. Trilin kicks it forward. Out of bounds. Whoa. Apologies for losing my composure there. The ball came right at our heads. These are the experiences one has when you commentate basketball at courtside. That's a really solid screen set on the pick and roll. Not able to be in a position to finish. Finds Maignomo. Hits it back outside Kenisha Whyte. Pass to Clarke. Whyte once again. Step back. And that's into the hands of Ellen Trilin. Sarson wanted it. It's 15 plays 11. To Team Diamond. Iwunze can't finish underneath. And Clarke again evades double team pressure this time. Wang, Whyte. Bit too strong. Ayton finally pulls down the board. Bailey Wang with the pressure. Looking to drive in. Kick to Whyte. Whyte goes behind the back. Finds Clarke on the outside. Trying to find Maignomo underneath. But solid defense by Trilin. And now it's up the floor with Iwunze. Looking for the pass. Finds it. Fernandez has her pocket picked by Beth Sarson. Lady Wang driving through. Ellen Trilin grabs the ball. And it's going to go the way of Team Diamond. Breathless bit of basketball. Changes coming both sides. Ruby Clarke taking a break. Replaced by Taziveyi Dangarembga. And Davis and Mpesa taking a break. And there will be another Team Diamond player leaving the field. Or leaving the court. Itia Fernandez. As they are replaced by Carlota de Mergelina Alonso and Annabella Villalobos Rodriguez. Oh, Ayton just powering her way inside. But that's out of the hands of Beth Sarson. Back with Beth Sarson. Had a brilliant year in SLB. Drives. Kicks to Whyte. Whyte just short. Mergelina Alonso grabs it, keeps it alive. And now it's with Iwunze on the other side of the timeline. You're going to see Burlison checking back in a moment, as that is asking an awful lot of Annabella Villalobos Rodriguez, the former AOU standout. Now playing her basketball this year at Lewisham Thunder. Sarson kicks to the corner, looking at that three ball. Just a bit too strong from Dangarembga. Last touch by Kenisha Whyte. So it's going to stay with the team in red uniforms, Team Diamond. Sophie Khlaf is going to check in next time. Lin inside to Burlison. Under serious pressure from Bailey Wang. Now Maignomo looking to take it the other way. Wanted the foul. Was not forthcoming, but she will retain possession. Credit Ellen Lin with the strip. That's Bailey Wang taking a break. Stevenage Royal. Maignomo. Yeah, that's the stuff. Team Emerald. Had to wait a good while for the make. 15 plays 13. Great battle underneath. Maignomo being fouled. Being the offending party. Ellen Lin drawing the foul. We'll get there in the end. And it is Lin. Goes for the long two. Just short. Good box up by Maignomo to win that rebound. Whyte. And Villalobos Rodriguez battling away. Sarson went for the three into the hands of Kenisha Whyte. Whyte with the little shimmy shake. She was clipped by somebody. Was it Lin? It was Lin. Picking up her third personal foul. London Lions, of course, former Brent and TVC. Was the NBL Cup final MVP a few years ago. And then Lin. She's replaced by Cavaliers leader, legend, Count Goldsby's Kenisha Whyte. Sinks the 1 for 2. Foul on Khlaf. Called on Khlaf. Yep. That is her second. So we're tied at 15. Not for very long. Goldsby puts Diamond back in the lead. They're up by 2. 17 plays 15. Sarson, 10 seconds to play. Great find to Khlaf. Khlaf is fouled. Going to go to the stripe. She's going to shoot 1 for 2. Carlota de Mergelina Alonso with the foul. The buzzer goes. So everybody else will head off the court except for the officials and Sophie Khlaf, who's going to look to send this game into the half. Level, and she is a bit too strong with the free throw. So a low scoring but high energy. Second period comes to an end, and at half time, the score is Diamond 17, Emerald 15. Players taking a break, so will we. You're watching the Hoopsfix Pro-Am Summer League 2025, brought to you by the Hoopsfix Foundation. A very warm welcome back into the Brixton Recreation Centre. You are enjoying the Hoopsfix Pro-Am Summer League 2025, powered by Jordan Brand and presented by the Hoopsfix Foundation. Make sure to give Hoopsfix Foundation a follow across the social media platforms to stay informed and in touch with all the great things that they are doing to further British basketball. And of course, hoopsfix.com has all the information you need to stay up to date with your favourite players, teams, both in the UK and British ballers abroad. 17-15 is the score as we head into the third period of play. Team Diamond are up to the team in the red uniforms. Kat Goldsby leads the way, all scorers on 7 points, as does Sophie Khlaf for their respective teams. Iwunze and Mpesa have 4 points for Diamond, and Kenisha Whyte is the other leading scorer for Emerald, also on 4 points. A lot of rebounds in this contest. 26 rebounds total from Diamond and 17 total from Emerald in what has been a very quick fire early first 20 minutes. As Maignomo fouled on the drive, basket does not count. We are tied at 17. Josephine Maignomo. And that's the freebie. I think that foul was called on Villalobos Rodriguez. As Goldsby drives away inside, dances to the basket, couldn't finish. Maidman puts on the brakes. It's with Sarson, puts down the triple. 17 plays 20. Into the hands of Sarson. Trylin wanted the call. Sarson's got Ruby at the top. Thought about stepping into the three. Steps back, gives it back to Sarson. Sarson puts up the three of her own. Just off the mark. Wide right as Iwunze driving in. Sarson goes for the rejection. Iwunze not happy with the officials as Clarke just short on the three. Davison Pacer with the rebound. Holds it despite the swat attempt from Clarke. Underneath to Trylin, good for two. 1 point game. Kenisha Whyte to re-enter the fray. Josephine Maignomo taking a break. Three ball, just short from Whyte. That's Goldsby waiting for the cavalry. Goes herself, fouled in the act of shooting. Ruby Clarke picks up her second personal. I think somebody stepped in early, so Goldsby gets the opportunity to try again. Doesn't go the second time. And Emerald will have possession. Clarke under pressure. On the outside with Sarson. Sarson uses the screen as Khlaf started her cut under the basket. Bit of a breakdown in communication. Sarson looked to hit her on the corner as Addie Burlison checks back into the game. Ellen Trylin takes a break as does Itia Fernandez. So who replaced Fernandez? It was Kimberley Wilkes. Burlison, as that's been nearly stolen away by Khlaf. Davison Pacer sees a breakdown, but Ruby Clarke is there to rob it back. Has Khlaf ahead of her, finds her, and the finish is good, despite the pressure from Kat Goldsby. Good find to Burlison, who had a clear lane to the basket. Khlaf halts in her roll, illegally so. Picks up her third personal foul. As Maidman sits down, as does Sarson. Bailey Wang checking back in, as does Charlotte Grant. Charlotte Grant, another one of the UEL stars on show. Former Nottingham Wildcat. That's Burlison. That's a kick ball. So a bit of a let off for Diamond there. As Goldsby put under pressure. Would have been some finish from Iwunze as Khlaf finds Clarke. Kicks it up the floor to White. We're going to see changes coming. As the double team pays off, and Goldsby looking to power away inside, gets the finish, good for two, and the lead. Diamond up by one. Good ball movement, Wang. Lovely two. So 3-point lead for Emerald. As it's with Clarke. White into the paint. Tries to shoot over. Davison Pacer with the foul. Villalobos Rodriguez check it in. Must have replaced Davison Pacer. So 5-point lead. Taziveyi Dangarembga picks up her first personal foul. As Burlison tries to cut inside. You know the result already. She's fouled, heads to the floor, heading to the line. Josephine Maignomo picks up her second personal foul, fourth team foul. With the 1-for-2 attempt. Just off to the right, Maignomo with the rebound, finds White. Still White trying to battle away inside. Kick to the top. That's going to trickle out of bounds. It's going to be diamond ball. Chinwe Iwunze to inbound. Goldsby going inside. Lefty finish is just too strong. And now it's Maignomo one-on-one with Wilkes. Finds Wang. Wang puts it up. Can't go down. That's going to remain with Team Emerald. 5-point lead. And then try lane to check in. Addie Burlison taking a break. Dominique Alonso is going to come in next time as White on the outside. 3 balls on the way. Just off the mark That looked absolutely spot on at the hand from Charlotte Grant. Sophie Khlaf screaming from the bench. Let's get those rebounds. Alonso over the timeline, goes behind the back, still driving, gives it to Iwunze. Good ball movement. Long two, it's just off the mark from Villalobos Rodriguez. That was really good basketball from Team Diamond. 3 balls on the way, just short from Dangarembga. Kenisha Whyte kicks to the top. Maignomo steps left, gets to a spot. Fouled on the shot. I think that's it is. Called on Carlota de Mergelina Alonso. And this will be the last action of the 3rd period of play. Took a shot during the buzzer, and it was off the mark. 21 plays 26. The reversal of fortunes in the 3rd period of play. Emerald, they take a 5-point lead, and we'll be right back. You're watching game 1 of week 2 from the Hoopsfix Pro-Am Summer League 2025, brought to you by Jordan Brand. We are back live in Brixton. It's the Hoopsfix Pro-Am Summer League 2025. It's the start of the final period of our first game of the day. Team Diamond taking on Team Emerald, and it is Emerald with a 5-point lead. With Goldsby finds Dominique Mpesa. Mpesa trying to drive her way inside, finds Ellen Trylin, who is fouled, and it's going to go to the line for a 1-for-2 opportunity. As the table just confirms, it was Josephine Maignomo with the foul. 3rd personal, 1st team foul. Quite a lot of fouls in the contest, which as that goes down, so good for 2, 23 plays 26. Quite a lot of fouls in a contest that has had 0 bad blood in it. Sarson trying to turn the corner. It's back with Maignomo. On the outside to Clarke. Clarke, long 2. Just short. Cutting inside is Chinwe Iwunze. And it's a 1-point game all of a sudden. 25 plays 26. It's with Sarson. On the outside with Maidman. Maignomo. Kicks to Sarson. Just off to the left. Mpesa. Good ball movement. Chinwe Iwunze from the corner. A little too strong. That's Clarke. Finds Maidman. Maidman. Oh, puts a spin move on her. Goes to the lefty finish. Was met by Carlota de Mergelina Alonso. Real good defense. And now Iwunze going to work on the baseline. Kicks to the top of the keys. Good for 2. Ellen Trylin gives Diamond the lead. 27 plays 26. Bailey Wang calling for a timeout next time by. Sarson drives inside, pulls the chair, didn't get the foul, And now Goldsby asks a heck of a lot of Iwunze, but she's so athletic, she's able to retain it. Kicks it back to the top. Davison Pacer puts it down for 2. And timeout will be taken, as this is a great start to the period for Team Diamond. They're up 29-26, having trailed 21-26 coming into the period. 7:29 left to play. Just a reminder, we're in the 4th period of play, so it's Hoopsfix rules until the final 2 minutes of this period, and then it is a regulation game of basketball. We are in FIBA time in the final 2 minutes of the contest. Just a reminder, 5 more games coming up today. And after this one, at 11:45, 11:45, it is Team Sapphire taking on Team Ruby. Tune into that one. You get to enjoy the dream duo of Lindsay Cleary and Harriet Wellen for Team Sapphire. That is, how many MVPs have they won between them in the last couple of seasons alone in WNBL D1? Going against some serious talent in Team Ruby. Shantell Charles is back in the Hoopsfix Pro-Am Summer League, as that is an offensive foul called on Khlaf. Fourth personal foul. So I think last week we only had one player reach 5 fouls, and that was in one of the men's contests later in the day. Underneath to Iwunze, somehow keeps it alive twice, goes back inside. That's good on the baseline. Chinwe Iwunze making things happen out there. 29 plays 26, Sarson and Khlaf. It's still Beth Sarson, kicks to the wing, steps inside Maidman. Just a bit too strong on the shot. Davison Pacer. Really good cut to the basket. Goldsby served that up a little bit too hot for her. So that's a turnover inside. Khlaf had her pocket picked. That's Goldsby. 3 ball from the break is good. .34 plays 26. Emerald still battling away for their first bucket of the period. That's on the outside with Grant. Thought about going up for the 3. Drives inside instead. The lid stays firmly on the basket. Now it goes down. Sophie Khlaf on the rebound. 34 plays 28. That's what they needed. And this is more of what they needed as well. Kenisha Whyte and Bailey Wang looking to check in next time by. Fernandez on the outside to Iwunze. Iwunze gives it her back. 3 balls just off the mark. Tried to bank it home from the near side, as that's a good find underneath Khlaf. Gives it to Sarson. Sarson too low on the shot. Battled away. Stole it away from Kat Goldsby. Kicks it back out. Sarson goes around underneath Maidman. Oh, that would have been some finish. Slightly cooked it. 4:44 left in the contest. 34 plays 28. 6 points the difference. That's a great strip by Khlaf. Pass forward, Iwunze's there. There's almost entire line change from Team Diamond. I'm assuming Goldsby will be the one remaining player. She is. Everybody else changed. Clarke taking a seat, as does Grant for Team Emerald. And it is Wang on the ball. Back into the contest. Maidman on the outside asking for it. Khlaf gets it inside and then stolen away by Ellen Trilin, and that will be Sophie Khlaf's morning done. 5 personal fouls. Yeah, the table have just making the officials aware what you at home already knew. And of course, if you are watching, you can go into the description of this video and follow along the live stats at home. So Sophie Khlaf fouls out of the contest. She's replaced by Josephine Maignomo. 6 points the difference still. And then Trilin gets to the top of the key, sinks a dagger too. Work to do for the team in the black uniforms. Underneath is goal. Goldsby did not want Maignomo scoring there. So I'm going to send her to the stripe for a 1 for 2. And it stays out. It was halfway down. This is a 15-2 period so far for Diamond. Goldsby trying to steal it off Kimberley Wilkes as Kimberley Wilkes sinks the triple. It's a double-digit lead for the first time in the contest. 39 plays 28. There's still time for Emerald as Sarson tries to go 3 for 3. She's just short. Good find from Goldsby underneath. Good pressure from Sarson to deny Fiobos Rodriguez. Now Maidman finds Wang. Kenisha Whyte at the break. Has to take it herself. Gets to her spot in the paint. Can't finish. Wang unable to gather in the rebound. It's Ellen Trilin. Under 2 minutes to play. We're in FIBA time. Steps out of bounds. Clock will stop. So the clock restarts. Clarke. Maignomo on the outside. So Josephine Maignomo unable to make her way inside. Doesn't need to. Finds Kenisha Whyte, who sinks the triple. (39 plays 31). So Emerald chipping away as Goldsby floats away inside, fouled in the act of shooting by Kenisha Whyte. It's a late whistle. Going to be frustrating for Team Emerald because they thought they'd done enough work defensively to deny the ever dangerous London Cavalier star. As Ayton takes a break, as does Ellen Trilin. Chinwe Iwunze back into the contest with Carlota de Mergelina Alonso. So Goldsby off on the first. This for 40 points for Diamond. The second was 3/4 of the way down and somehow stayed out. Beth Sarson underneath. Kicks it back to the top with Clarke. Good pressure from Iwunze. 3 balls on the way from Sarson. Just a bit too strong. As Iwunze hits the deck, I think that's going to be a foul called against Clarke. But the officials are going to talk things over. Sideline out of bounds. Iwunze Finds Burlison. Burlison has it stolen away by Sarson, but last touch was Addie Burlison. So a minute to play. 8 points the difference, so there's still a bit of time from Emerald, but they need makes and they need stops. Maignomo wide open, 3 balls on the way. Just too strong. Kat Goldsby pulls down the rebound. Goldsby finds Kimberley Wilkes. No good from the wing. Underneath, Goldsby. Good find and finish. Credit the assist. Carlota to Mergelina Alonso. Really smart basketball. As Sarson driving underneath. Sarson puts up the shot. No foul, no finish. As Maidman gets a touch to it. Clarke back underneath to Sarson. Maidman, 3 ball. Too strong. Clarke's going to put that one away. 19.5 seconds to play. They're going to play hard to the final buzzer. Point differential is important as the ball nearly ends up in the bin. 12.1 seconds left in this contest. So victory basically assured for Diamond, but points differential could be really important when it comes to who plays who in the semi-finals in a fortnight's time. Maidman, 3 ball, deep 3, just short. Maignomo fouled in the act of shooting. Goldsby is with the foul. Sends Maignomo to the stripe. First is good from Josephine Maignomo. The London All-Stars D2 finalist. Gets them both. Goldsby underneath to Burlison. Burlison puts it down. Sarson launches the prayer. Ooh, just a bit too strong, and that will do it. Our first game is in the books, and it is a victory for Diamond. They take it 43-35 over Team Emerald. Top performer in the contest. I think we've got to give that one to Kat Goldsby. 14 points total. Ellen Trilin also with a really impressive outing. 8 points of just 3 of 5 shooting, 10 rebounds, 3 steals. So some big performances from Team Diamond. Team Emerald, they were led by Sophie Khlaf. 11 points in the contest of 5 of 7 shooting, 7 rebounds, an assist, 3 steals. Unfortunately, 5 fouls, so she exited the board game early, but really entertaining, exciting opening contest we've just had here. In the end, Team Diamond took the victory, 43-35 over Emerald. Join us in about 20 minutes time for our second game of the day. It's going to be Sapphire taking on Ruby, our last game of the women's pool. You've been watching the Hoopsfix Pro-Am Summer League 2025, brought to you by Jordan Brand. We'll see you in a little bit.